Birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, call Allah, Wahwa, Alhaino, Yahweh, Shema Shai, Bishim Kakadash. Bless you, Yahweh, and bless you in the name of the only God and Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit, our Spirit Holy. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bishim Kakadash, the powers of Israel, the Israelites being so-called Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners scattered across the four winds. Yahweh means he is, he exists. That's when word he calls God. But Hashem is in the name. Yahweh Shai means he the deliverer. The word he calls Jesus Christ by Hashem Kakadash. Of course, that belongs to the Apostle of the Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the elect. I'm the brother Mappa from the Great Millstone Plaintables camp located here in the city of Philadelphia. It's coming with another wee lesson. Okay, so this actually is a response at the request of an Ak of the camp, second in command in the camp, that is. Kalba did a video which can be found, and I have to get the link. It can be found on the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, Philadelphia or Philly YouTube page, which the topic is about the director for Black Panther, or the director that directed Black Panther the movie. All right, which a lot of did they just take this video down? Let me see something. A lot of Jakes like that video. That movie, I never watched it before. Lord willing, if it's on Netflix, maybe I could see it and see what is going on about it. I'm kind of not that well acquainted with some of these different superhero movies and such, but I know like a lot of Jake may be thinking that they're Hamites, but they're not, and I'm not sure if that was what's pushed in that movie. That it may possibly, if I'm not mistaken, show so-called black men in power or as kings or something like that, which we of course, as Israelites, we do have a history of rulership, okay, which goes back to even the beginnings of time. All right, Adam, all right, the chosen, okay, which one of the incarnations or reincarnations of Yahweh Shai, pardon. He he had dominion over the earth, and we go back to even Solomon, same as Yahweh Shai, had dominion, rulership, power, the highest wisdom, etc. But Jake, Israelites are used to being on low, and in the time right now where the truth is now flourishing, that we are Israelites, and we actually go back to the children of Israel. So-called niggas, Latinos, and the Americans are the Lord's chosen people. So then now, of course, you have it where we're now coming into the knowledge that we are esteemed people in the sight of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and we are the Lord's actual people, okay, his actual portion. Now, the video can be found here, which is the director name is Ryan Coogler or Coogler, which the brother put the video banking while so-called black, all right, which black is not a nationality, it's just a color, and Esau gave that false title, to Jake, nationality to Jake, to cover up obviously who they really are. Okay, which you are the children of Israel, or the Israelites in general, but black, you know, what you know as a so-called black man is the Judite, all right, from the tribe of Yehowadah. So-called Negro or African American, they are Judites. Okay, that's the head tribe and the tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel, which that's the same tribe in which the Lord Yahweh Shai, whom the Lord called Jesus Christ, sprang out of. All right. So you know this. You see, if you can see in the thumbnail, he got arrested. You go into the story, in which I'll read just a little brief for those that didn't see but watch the brother's video. Pardon. So, yeah, about my Scheinberg, yeah. Bless me. So, Black Panther director was falsely accused of a robbery at a Bank of America. It's eerily similar to a so-called black lawyer's experience. And this is him now. Now you can see he looked quite young, youthful. You know, got the beard. You know, Jake trying to come back to rocking beards and stuff, coming back to their heritage. You know, but you know, he hasn't come to the actual whole truth. Now it says that he tried to withdraw his own money at a Bank of America, and he was detained by the police. You know, they were called due to the bank teller. Pardon. Which I'll just read the story. It says he was mistaken as a bank robber, detained in Atlanta police. I stated to the officers that arrested me that they had their Glocks out, that I was pulling out money on my own account. Coogler, that's the director, said in the video, as he was freed from the handcuffs, he was detained. His experience led to a public apology from Bank of America. The widespread, which nobody likes Bank of America, by the way. That has a very negative reputation, that bank itself. You know, I know here in Philadelphia, there's an actual, it's a Bank of America. I'm not sure if it's still there, but it's on, I believe that would be Girard Avenue. In Philadelphia, I believe they call that now the Fishtown section. There's a Bank of America branch in which, if it still is surviving there, across the street directly is a big, on a residential property, I believe, is a big sign that says "I Shana," which is "I hate Bank of America," and it's been up for years, to my knowledge. I'm not sure if it's still there at this time. Let me see, maybe if I can see if it's up anywhere. I'm not sure, the computers are being a bit sluggish. Let me see if it's up. If maybe somebody got a Google image of it. Saw this off of, this is Bank of Girard. Here we go. I believe this is off of Reddit. Are wearing hate on his wall. Okay. Let me see. I'm just gonna possibly see if this image maybe possibly show up here. Just bring out some stuff in the spirit, you know. Wearing hate on this wall. See, Lord willing, it brings up the image. It's lucky for the slow computer. I don't know what's going on. I'm not trying to premium. Apparently I can't see this because apparently it's premium content. So I can't view that content. But apparently this particular Avi Oslick's side wall at Earl Street in Girard believe have the image, which I'll just see if it pops up. It should definitely pop up somewhere. Yeah, there it is right there. I guess this is possibly the guy, and this is what I remember it, how it looks. I hate Bank of America, and it's just right there. I believe they have it like as a Reddit post. Okay. And a lot of people, you know, they like, hey, similar to this you know, Black Panther guy, maybe he should like I say, this guy is in open protest against that bank. You know, over at what I pretty much have seen in a glimpse before the article actually disappeared. I believe he had mortgage problems or something. Let me see if I can get it. After one error, Lord willing, this works, man. I'm not trying to lose articles due to my inability at this time. Why would I want to pay for it? Anyway, sorry. Avi Oslick is obviously a fan of the movie network I'm Mad as Hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Avi Oslick told NBC 10 in Philadelphia rather than going out his window and yelling. Avi placed a huge banner on the side of his house telling the world how he feels about Bank of America. After Bank of America made too many errors on his account, costing him thousands of dollars, and banks can make errors, okay? And hey, don't mess with, like, there's a statement, I think in the world they say, don't mess with a man's woman, don't mess with a man's money, and I'm not sure what the other bit, it might be three things that people say in the world, a job or something, I'm not sure. But that's what I do know. But it says, I said, listen, you know, if you guys don't work with me on the issue, you know I'm going to tell everyone how much I hate the bank, Oslick said. So this man literally made a vow. So he did it. He says Bank of America called the police, who showed up at his door and asked him to take the sign down. He said no. According to Avi's website, the cop said, sounds good to me. And you can visit his site at I hate BOA, which is abbreviated bankofamerica.com. All right, so that's it. You know, so you know you got a man with basically openly against it off of them playing with his money. Now, like I said, that's traffic. So, you know, this place, Bank of America, don't have a good reputation. And, I mean, banks, they, in general, are scammers. You know, the bankers themselves are scammers and thieves and impose usury on the people, which is entrance, all right, which they shouldn't do, okay? So, we'll go back to this article. Slack it for the slow computer. Like I said, I really need a new computer, man. It says his experience led to a positive Bank of America. This is back to the Black Panther, so-called Black Panther director. Widespread public backlash over banks' incompetence. It's similar to a story of a so-called black lawyer who was denied when he tried to cash a settlement check. Okay. Oscar nominee wrongly denied. Coogler was best known as directing films Black Panther, some Fruitvale Station had handed the teller a withdrawal slip, which is normal. Okay, you go to the bank. You go. Hey, you might have it pre-written out already. I'm withdrawing this amount of money, the date, account number, etc. Right? Okay. Which Jake should know how to bank too, by the way. But Esau pretty much done forced Jake to have to do it. If you're working in the regular world, most you blue collar, white collar workers gotta have bank accounts in order to have the check direct deposit, into the accounts. That's how they, at least for my job, that's what they did. Which it says he showed his ID and wrote instructions for the bank teller on the back of the withdrawal slip. So on it, okay, it stated, "I would like to withdraw $12,000 cash from my checking account. Please do the money count somewhere else. I'd like to be discreet." So $12,000, that's not a lot of money. You know what I mean? I guess in the world for Jake, I mean, a common Jake, that's a lot of money. I mean, it's not a lot of money anyways, just in general. I guess, I'm not sure. I guess he in Atlanta, a hood place like that. Perhaps, especially when you're doing bank transactions, there's a lot of people that are trying to catch a lick. You know what I mean? Hit a lick on you or something like that. Like, use you as easy goings. I just seen this guy in the bank. Like, a lot of times, like, even when you go to bank ATMs and stuff like that, I always look around too. But $12,000 is not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money, and that a lot of people can do a lot, especially in these times. But it says in a body cam video, it's not like this dude is taking out $100,000 or nothing like that. It's just $12,000 cash. Like, come on. In a body cam video, the bank teller told the Atlanta police that she received notification from Googler's account alerting her that his withdrawal request was a high-risk transaction. Okay, so this is what I want to look. I'm not sure if anybody are in the banking. I know definitely there's some brothers that definitely have pardon, I'm losing my speech. Experience or even work in that field. High risk transaction. Okay, red flag. I'm gonna probably look it up on my own too, but it's only $12,000. Which, like I said, I'm gonna go into my testimony, by the way, too. She called it a red flag. Okay, she called it a red flag. And she was skeptical based on Googler's attire. So, just because somebody got $12,000 cash, withdraw, apparently in this high, and hey, I mean, like I say, look upon what you dressed as. I'm not sure. I mean, the brother got in, I think, one of the body cam videos. You can see he was kind of wearing, looked like just some regular old clothes. You know what I mean? Like just a beanie and a little green and some regular pants. Like, he didn't look like he was someone that had $12,000. But at least are withdrawing $12,000. But that's your hating black woman right there for you, and the curse is hitting you. Because they expect you to dress wearing I guess like a suit and tie and some real high quality shoes, Gators or something like that, or I guess wearing a Gucci or something like that to show off that status that you got. You a man of having at least $12,000, and this is just your bank teller. Okay, and like I say, I've experienced with that. I've had a woman recently, a damn demon, recently telling me about some talk to me when you got when you get at least $5,000. I don't talk to broke niggas or something like that. Not knowing, first of all, what I have at all. You know what I mean? She don't know me from nothing other than being a woman that lives above me. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. She don't know me from nothing. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't dress like a straight up like a regular dude at all. You know what I mean? At least try to dress a bit more professional. You know, I would say a professionally casual dress. You know, like I don't really wear like regular t-shirts outside. I wear shirts, like long sleeve collared shirts and stuff like that. No tie, but I do, look, I have a specific outward appearance and a specific image that that makes me feel comfortable when I'm outside. You know what I mean? We wear, of course, precious stones and all of that, but and it's not obviously for jewelry purposes. This is for the actual spiritual. It's part of our culture. The spiritual benefits due to spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's part of personalities. Okay, but anyway, and even like a lot of women, these women, they hate on it. Hey, like I said, I'm gonna speak. Hey, the other day, I went to a particular, just a grocery market. I'm maybe perhaps suspecting this because how I arranged this stuff on this conveyor belt, and I went to this particular bargain market grocery place store. The woman, this what appears to be an Edomite, maybe an Eastern European chick. It could be Jake, but I'm more leaning towards Edom. She literally said to me, "Am I paying for it with EBT?" I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, nah. And I just kept it moving. And it's like, a lot of time, like, you gotta disregard a lot of the different things. Obviously, what some people say in their ignorance. You know what I mean? EBT is just going into welfare benefits and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I've never paid personally for something with welfare benefits. Not to say that you can't use welfare benefits to pay for stuff, but I don't even qualify for that at this time. You know what I mean? Hey, if I could, I would. No. But anyhow, like, we have, like, a lot of us, Jake, we have issues when we do just basic tasks, such as pay for goods, okay? Or even withdraw goods, which I'm going to go into my testimony soon. It says here that he had sunshades on, and he had a black hat, little beanie, and there was red flags, and there are red flags looked for in a bank. So he pretty much looked like he was a bank robber. And there you go with having to watch out. Jake, you got to watch out how you actually your outward appearance and stuff like that. It's also the curses, but there's things that you could do to help let yourself be less suspicious. A lot of people are very, very carnal, but it tells you in the scriptures that this is Sirach chapter 19 and verse 29. I could try to get it on the screen. I'm going to try to see if I can get it on the screen very quick. I do find it needful to display the precept. Of course, 19 and verse 29, which it says here that a man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. A man's attire, okay, what you wear, your outward adorning, and excessive laughter and gait your course of life, your walk, show what he is. Okay? And of course, being a nigga woman that the Peyton Taylor was, because she was, she just thought he was a bank robber because he wore shades. You know what the scriptures, scriptures tell you about how, let me see, what the eye, like I know in the world they have it, they say like the eye is the window to the soul and stuff. Something like that. But, let me see if it, I know the scriptures talk about your eye being single and stuff, but, I have to maybe perhaps look into a precept if it's particularly going into what I want to make for my point. But just in general, I mean, like, I'm very, very suspicious of like someone that tries to just like cover up their eyes and stuff with the shades and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because of course, your eye, it can obviously be a discerner, of a lot of things. When this person is hiding their eyes and stuff, it conceals a lot of the actual face, expressions and stuff. But hey, we'll continue on in the article. So now, let's see. It says that I guess that's in it says citing in the bank's security protocol. So in the security protocol, if anybody who has a black hat and sunshades, that's a red flag. All right. I mean, like most bank robbers, they try to conceal their face with a mask or some shades or, things, So, citing the bank security, which, this guy might have had it on just to try to, just be discreet. He don't want people to always come up to him and be like, oh, that's such and such. Okay, oh, he going in the bank. Let's see how much money he getting. He probably don't have no security or nothing like that to follow him about. So, I assume, he just he was trying to be very, very discreet, and not trying to draw as much attention to himself, especially in a place like Atlanta. That's a damn city down there. All right, Atlanta, there's Sodom and Gomorrah down in that joint within Babylon. But anyway, it says she also added that she was pregnant and worried about her personal safety and whether or not Coogler was sketchy. All right. So she pregnant, obviously, with all these emotions running through her. But really, like I say, the curses hit our people heavy. Which you could go into. Let me see if I can get it. I do need that new computer. Lord will, man. One day. I've been saying this for years. New computer, man. Would be a blessing. Definitely would help my productivity with this. It's like, so, precept I wanted kind of escaped me at this time. Damn, I just damn near forgot it. What precept I wanted. Lord willing, it comes back to me. I gotta look back in the article. Oh yeah, the curses. So Slakia. So just Deuteronomy 28 chapter. All right, these are curses that have been placed upon our people due to our disobedience from the Lord. And it's a distinguishing mark or sign that tells us apart or separate us from the rest of the heathen. So you can know that we're Israelites based on the distinguishing mark of these curses. All right. So it tells you Right, Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, Yahweh, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right, cursed shalt thou be in the city, cursed shalt thou be in the field, man. You know, the field be in the world, okay, and in the city. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store, you know, your money and all of that. You know, look, the guy, you know, to the point, even like to the point where, look, you curse to the point where you gotta hide yourself in order just to make a simple withdrawal of money that's so-called yours in a bank that should have a history of who you are, okay, and it should be really, like I say, hey, you know, so-called high profile, which, you know, that's what this man esteems himself as, a high profile person in the world. You know, good business would be, oh, all right, well, I know this person here, who it is. You got these businesses, they don't even know who they really even, you know, dealing with. You got regular old Jake in there. You know, somebody come across, you know, that's actually in a high regard, that look, you know, which, like I said, he's still a regular dude, you know, at the end of the day. You know, despite even the fact that he has a major, you know, Oscar, was it either Oscar winning or Oscar nominated film, okay, made impact in the world, he's still a regular dude. He's still at NI, you know what it is, all right, with the G's, with the ER, all right, you know. In the sight of Esau, and still even in the sight of his own, you know, his own people, you know, the curses, okay. But going on down to that curse, which you can read about how thou shalt become an astonishment and a proverb and a byword among all nations, verse 37. Where the Lord Yahweh shall lead thee. And hey, you know what? Most people look at us in a negative fashion and light. We're nothing but the thieves. You know, oh, this dude, he coming in here who is he giving a note about, all right, let's be discreet and all that, when he looking like that. Most people, like I say, I already feel nervous when I'm in a bank in general. Okay? I feel like, even though we know we're not robbing the bank, okay, I feel like all eyes is on me when I go in, like brother said, pretty much to tell my experience on so-called banking while so-called black. I'm an Ephraimite, all right. We are, of course, so-called Puerto Ricans are the Ephraimites, okay. There's a cake unturned. You know, I look more on the more darker hue, looking mainly having a Judite look, you know. But you have it when I'm in the bank. I feel like literally the cop is looking at me, and I don't have a weapon or nothing. I feel like he waiting for me to do something to pretty much pull out his gun and or apprehend me, or just be very highly suspicious of anything that I'm doing. So when I go into a bank, I'm on my P's and my Q's. You know, I don't feel comfortable in a bank. Okay, just put it that way. Especially with the so-called pandemic, when they implemented the use or they mandated the use of masks. Okay, I actually shunned to go in the bank, literally, you know, for you know, dealing with tellers or anything. I would just do online banking or use the ATM. But even in that, like, I didn't even want to go in the building, because, you know, even just to get into the ATM, you have to, you know, use your card to open the door. But then they want you to wear a mask. So I would just go during times where, hey, it's not really, and then they want you to social distance as well. I would go hours where I know nobody's there and maybe the bank branch is closed, and so that I can avoid looking like a damn near criminal. Because even with a surgical mask, I still feel like Jake. I mean, like Esau. The security, they gonna look at me as if I'm gonna rob the bank or something like that. Like a bandit. And that's just the curses, man. We also smit with madness and stuff like that. We have different infirmities. We have different, mental, stresses, etc. Okay. But that astonishment in a proverb. Okay. Among all nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee. So, wherever you go, okay, this is placed upon you. Okay. When these things pursue and overtake us, okay, as it says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee. This is a harassment, okay, a following, okay. If the Hebrew word there, if it's pursue, it can be radap, all right. As you see, wa, radap, waka, all right. Radap being the root, which goes into to pursue or follow. All right, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, destructured, because thou hearken not unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded of thee, and they shall be upon thee as a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, for a length of time, in which the Lord is lifting these curses off us, as he's drawing nigh and placing them on our enemies. All right, which you can read in either the 30th or 31st chapter. But a wonder is it's also a special display or a token, okay. So we have this. We are this wonder, and it is a display of the powers, the Most High's power. He could do this to his own people to the point where, like I said, it sets you apart from all the rest of the people. But it tells us also that the Lord will put us in a one of all things. We have to go to our enemy for that. And hey, you got to go to your enemy just to get so-called, whatever currency, these debt notes in order just to like make certain transactions. Hey, some people want their money in cash. Like, as I'm looking at this dude kind of like, well, 12,000, why even go to the bank? And like certain, like how the rise of this whole digital payment stuff, like I say, I do most of my transactions, me personally, online banking and such, but yeah, you read the curse though about how this is verse 54. So the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards his wife, the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. All right, and you can read verse 56 as well. Same thing. Okay, just that you're gonna have so-called Israelite on Israelite hatred towards one another and both genders and such. You know what I mean? And it's that deep. Hey, to the point where you will go to a bank trying to withdraw, as he said, his own so-called money, right? And hey, you being apprehended just because you try to do something a different way, which I'm pretty sure Esau, Edom, if it was him, it would be different. Oh, no problem, sir. No problem, sir. Would you like them in fives? You know what I mean? So, that's how it is. So yeah, man, it says that there's banks. He had shades on, black hat. These are red flags. Whatever. He looks sketchy. Customer dress code policy. Policies as a way they use them basically to combat bank robberies. Mutual Bank began to post signs in its 220 branches across the country, asking customers to remove all hoodies. Yeah, I definitely don't wear no hoodie when I'm going to no bank. Helmets and sunglasses in 2007. The First National Bank of Michigan implemented no hoods, no hats, and no sunglasses program in 2015. You got corner stores that have these policies, by the way, too, which they don't. A lot of them don't abide by them at all. Hey, you got trappers, or so-called drug sellers, that like just are frequently in these stores, and they mainly wear masks and hoodies. All right, and they ain't trying to abide by coronavirus rules. They're more so trying to disguise their identity from cops and other Jake, that may want to gun them the hell down, for whatever they running from. But hey, we see what it is right here, man. Apparently this person, John Pittman, he's a lawyer, attorney, tried to cash a $12,000 settlement check. Again, that ain't that much money, man. At a San Diego branch, and showed 3 different forms of identification. Damn, his birth certificate, his passport, and driver license. Okay? And hey, having them documents on you, that already should set you apart too. You know what I mean? Most Jake ain't walking around with no damn a lot of Jake don't even have passports. The regular Jake, certain tribes, they don't have passports. All right? The furthest they went was, and like I said, it's just nothing but a permission, grant you permission into another country, which you, like I said, depends on what grounds are you entering the country and for what purposes. Okay, and obviously you gotta be granted the permission, how much time you're staying, etc. Okay, but like certain forms of identification, can pretty much like separate and be like, okay, this guy, he's a little bit different, But even in having some of these things, like even when I even travel beyond or travel, before the truth, like I still feel weird going to a security at a police at like a, what do you call that, international traveling, the different checkpoints and all that. You still feel weird, man. It's the curses. It says in a driver's license, so he showed his birth certificate, passport, and his driver license. Damn, did they ask you for a utility bill too? Right, it's crazy. Pittman was a Social Security guard. Right, Pittman was accused of trying to steal by a bank branch manager who said the woman felt she had to call the police. Pittman was not a customer of the bank and did not have an account there. Yeah, like that pretty much, if you had an account, I guess that expedites the process. Or, hey, what are you really here for? They encourage you to have be a bank customer, right? The avoid fees, etc., right? Even though they make money off of that. Pittman, Coogler are not the only so-called Judites that accused Bank of America of discrimination. The firm sued by 5 black employees for racial discrimination. In 2007, the lawsuit claimed that wealthy clients were steered to so-called white employees, and that so-called black workers are also discriminated against for promotions and pay. Hey, I can speak about that in my job. All right, definitely discriminate against for promotions and pay. All right, I definitely know that for sure. So, hey, let's just talk about my whole thing. My testimony is basically when I was a bit younger, in the world, you know, shooting photography, etc. That's one of you know, talents Jake have, is be able to shoot photography and stuff like that. And visuals and stuff like that, video, etc. You know what I mean? So I you know, was planning to buy a whole camera setup, you know, being a digital SLR, you know, lenses, etc. So, you know, obviously, you know, I do my homework, and I knew exactly what I wanted, and so I went to the bank, which, you know, a lot of us, Jake, we be old school, like, especially, you know, I'm not that old, you know, but you know, we like using cash, like that's what we like, you know, literally is debt notes and stuff like that. So, like, you know, it's like I'm still, you know, you know, during the pandemic, I've learned to use this whole debit thing and all that, and just, you know, insert the chip. I was really, like, really skeptical of it, because I'm more so afraid of my identity being taken and people taking and using, you know, your different various authentication credentials that you place in these terminals, etc., for their own use, and, you know, to take from your, you know, account, etc., whatever. So, you know, I go to the bank to get money so I can buy at a camera store the, you know, the camera that I particularly wanted. So I go to the bank, okay, major bank, you know, here in America and also Canada. Go to the bank. You know, hey, had an account with the company since I was 15 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Go to the bank. You know, always had left money in it. You know, you know, you look at some of these regular Jakes. I look at sometimes some of these Jakes accounts. Not to say that I got money or anything like that, because I don't. You know, a lot of Jake, they be in the negatives, or, you know, it look like they just take out the money that they put in the bank. You know, I'm not discouraging, you know, you to do that or not, but, you know, that's how it is. But, you know, always had money in the bank, right? You have money in the bank, right? You know, at least some money in the bank. All right. Remember, the bank they got certain rules where they got minimum balances, etc. All right. Again, I'm not saying I got bread. All right. Don't get it twisted, Jake. Jake grinding over here. Anyway, so what happened? I go to of course, you know, I fill out, like, just similar to this guy. I fill out a withdrawal slip. Okay. Account number, etc., name, amount. You know, I want this X amount of money. Which, like I said, I believe it was only like, it might have been $2,000 to $2,500, or maybe it could have been between, like I say, under $3,000 though, at least I know that. You know, if my mind serves me correct, like I say, it might have all together might have been only 2 G's, but I know that I was coming for grands, right? So I'm sitting there, you know, I give in the note. So then I'm sitting there, right? You wait for, you know, as with, I've dealt with the bank in the past, when I would deposit my money with checks, you know, you would just give it, you know, if you do a deposit, it's the same thing. It's a deposit, not a withdrawal. Well, when I went to, you know, get the money, and I give them the you know, of course, that withdrawal, the ID, you give a form of identification, your ID. I'm sitting there waiting there, right? So, you know, I just see the chick in the computer. And this happened, like I said, this happened to me more than one time, which I'll speak about. Chicken is in the computer, you know, look like Edomite, you know, just in the computer. And then I'm just seeing her, like, she call up somebody else. They whispering something, looking at the computer. Then you still waiting there. And it's weird because, like I say, when you're in that bank, it just in that lobby, you know, it feels like you're just in this big hollow room and you're the only one there. And it's like you and that cop and the rest of the people doing that comes in there and stuff. But it doesn't feel like if you had like a lot of people in there, you still feel like you're alone in a bank like this. So, you know, I'm feeling like weird, like kind of like nervous. You know, you're like, what's going on? And then I don't know. I guess they felt the vibe, and they were just like, oh well, we're just checking to verify, you know, some things within the system and stuff like that. We have to get a manager's approval for your transaction. Okay, which this ain't a lot of money anyway. I've seen Moabites roll through and go to with like, you know, with money like I seen one time at an ATM, just an ATM, you know, depositing like a rack of money, like you know what I mean, stacks of money, just like, you know, that's at least that's like a pocket full of money, and they hundreds like that, no problem. You know, like that's why a lot of people like I mean, at least for me, I more suggest using an automated teller or ATM machine, because you don't have to deal with people. Like you have more of an issue. I've had issues where I've tried to withdraw only like $300. The transaction, it take so long just to get the money, but you could just go to an ATM. In this case, like I say, sometimes the ATMs don't work, and you gotta go in and do that transaction. And then you running into all this trouble. Well, so anyway, back to the whole story. I'm sitting there waiting, you know. Oh, then a manager comes up, goes in, looking at it. Then you can see them looking at me, etc. And then, you know, they're like, sorry for the inconvenience, or whatever like that. And you know, they might ask you, you know, I forget, how would you like your money? You know, whatever particular notes you want them in, and then you get on going. But you know, if I've had this same problem, I think I went to a new bank, the same bank but different branch, and I had another Edomite literally just look at me, and like, you know, just like looking like she literally doing a inquiry of who I actually am, you know, because it's like, I guess they don't expect Jake to have money legitimately, you know, in the bank, or to legitimately have a job and keep the money. I don't know what the hell it is, you know. I mean, hey, it's the curses. That's what it is, you know. And you know, that's pretty much it. So I remember this experience. You know, I eventually get the money, and then also, like I said, it's beyond banks. You'll go into a retail store and go to you know, spend money in cash too. You know, and some people, these different places got so-called protocols to check if the money is real. And I'm taking the money out of a bank envelope. You know, I just got out of the bank, you know. So, yeah, Jake have these issues going on under the curses all the time. So, you know what I mean? Let me shut some of these windows. So I can, one moment. Out there like an Edomite right there, playing with an Edomite. Shit weird. Anyway, oh, I know why, because that's his son out there. All right, so Sloggy. So yeah, back again. So yeah, with Jake, we're not you know, foreign to these different you know, transactional issues and stuff like that. Like I said, the answer is the curse. Get understanding. You know, nobody cares if you're the Black Panther, whatever, like, you know, so-called director for Black Panther. Because I remember if you watch the brother's video, he said in the body cam video, oh, well, if you look up who I actually am, you wouldn't be doing this. They just seeing you as black. He's just another Jake. You know what I mean? They ain't having no respect to their persons or your stature, which stature goes into, and the definition is your reputation, importance or reputation gained by ability or achievement. Okay, and the curses that, like I said, that we hit, and the scriptures talk about how we're less in stature at these times and stuff like that, you know. So don't be expecting you to get all this respect just because you are this whole Black Panther or blah blah blah. You know, this dude, like I say, these whatever stripes this man or whatever these arrow, I gotta look into what these things be on these different badges on these different officers' clothing mean. They more respect that on the Edomite than you getting an Oscar. So, you know, you gotta come to terms with who your enemy is. All right, never to trust them. Okay. So this is let's see. I might have had. I'm gonna read this just to justify all this talking. Sirach 21:15. If a skillful man or prudent man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add on to it. But as soon as one that hath no understandeth heareth it, it displeaseth him and casteth it behind his back. You know, and somebody say, "Oh well, wait, he don't know. Wait, man, this I don't want to hear what he talking about." Just draw out the whole thing. No, but we are men of understanding. So when a brother actually told, you know, hey, you know, to speak on it, my testimony, like I said, is good. You know, for the rest of y'all out there, hey, maybe from my travels, you know, because the scriptures do speak about how in what's that, Sirach, the 34th chapter, that a man that had traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. And trying out, that's going to experience. Okay, so I'm declaring it right now. Okay, and so that it can obviously help you, you know, from, you know, maybe a foreseen, which, like I said, we visionaries, an evil that can come upon you. You know, hey, you don't freak out because the serpent is acting weird, you know, because you know, you in a bank trying to get your money that, you know, you thinking that they're going to steam you because you got this money in your account. They don't care about you, boy. You know what I mean? So, even your own people don't care about you. So, that just speaks a lot. So, you know, I could get other scriptures, but that's pretty much the lesson through the spirit, man. You know. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's going to be the lesson. You know, I enjoyed actually speaking on the topic. You know, beware of the serpent, Esau, you know, beware of Eve working in these bank branches, these tellers. You know, a lot of them girls like that work them teller jobs, they some of the most cutthroat chicks ever. But like I say, they dealing with money all day, so like I said, they could change up. I've seen, you know, hey, if I even do a response, another video to this, the dude might be Jake, but he looked like a Moabite or of like maybe Vietnamese or something. I don't know, Cambodian. He might be Jake. I'm not sure. He got a video of how he went to go get a Lambo, and the chick was all hype. Because he was like picking up, I don't know if it's called like a cashier's check or something like that. I don't know. It's just like a check that got, I don't know, like the money on there that he can, I guess, redeem with whoever that he's going to sell or buy this car from. And the chick was so hyped that he was getting this Lambo and that he had the money. You know, so he had no problem with his transaction. And he was just like a regular entrepreneur. This dude, like I say, is, you know, the so-called, you know, director and they ain't give a hell about them. You know, Jake could be a so-called William Shakespeare in this world. Esau ain't gonna care about you, and Eve ain't gonna care about you. So, no, Eve gonna care when, you know, the righteous of the sisters, you know, the elect sisters, that is, they gonna care who you is when the time of trouble come. Until then, like I said, you under a lot of these different curses that block them for caring and esteeming you of anything. So that's the lesson through the spirit, you know. And I'm gonna go into a lesson on the apostle did a video also about the 7 women shall take hold of 1 man, the prophecy in Isaiah chapter 4:1 that's soon to be fulfilled, and we can already feel it through the spirit. It might be quicker than what we even think about, because things are, like I said, $5 gas and all of that at an average national and rising. These chicks ain't gonna be able to sustain that. I don't care how much money they generating off of OnlyFans. All this about to collapse. All these teats is about to be through. So, shalom to the elect.